It's been about a year and a half, guys. It's been about a year and a half. And on this year and a half, we've seen fucking a lot happen. But about a year and a half ago, the Winklevoss twins, shout outs to the Winklevoss twins. If you don't know, guys, they're in charge of Gemini Crypto Exchange. They're former Olympians as well. So what they said was along the lines of the rally is going to come out of Asia this time. The rally is going to come out of Asia. And what I liked about them saying that, guys, is kind of what you've been secretly hearing in crypto. I would say not so much in the more recent times on the news, but if we go back about a year and a half or 2 years, we were getting a lot of stuff, a lot of action around Asia. And the action we were getting around Asia was very simple. Indonesia, Singapore, even Japan, in Korea, the users have grown, but even Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, these are countries that experience a large growth in crypto in the bear market. So we had a lot of exchanges. If they weren't Indonesian or they weren't in these countries, for instance, a lot of times we'll get a crypto exchange out of some country like the Seychelles, like we did with Smart BCH or something, where it's an American company, but it's in this weird island country to avoid certain jurisdictions that would obviously not be legal in their home country. So my point is guys, I'm not saying that good or bad is going to come out of this. Sometimes a lot of companies do this just because it's easier, right? You can go to a country that has lax restrictions on these crypto exchanges. So it just makes sense. It's not necessarily a red flag for something, that it's not. So what I'm saying is we saw a large group of exchanges start catering to Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Pacific Rim countries, guys. We've seen China, we've seen Neo, we've seen Qtum, we've seen Quantum, Neo, Filecoin. Obviously, guys, I mention it all the time, but it's true that I've read a lot of articles that say the Chinese are big into Filecoin. So a lot of articles I've seen over that topic. So that's why I always bring it up. I know it's not, I think it's actually out of California, the actual dev team and everything. But what else is there? So there's those. We've seen, I told you the other day, I was talking to Bitcoin Jeremy from the Bitcoin Cash podcast, and he told me there's Chinese coming into Bitcoin Cash now. So I think it's something we need to watch out for. I think we need to see where this growth out of Asia is going to take us. And I think that it's going to go back to projects that were fucking old school projects that were, sitting on the sidelines, just waiting for the opportunity, basically, guys. And that opportunity, I think, is going to come directly in the bull run. These are going to be no-brainer opportunity coins. They're for sure going to go up. They're going to go, and a lot of these coins, like I told you last year, the best coin I had performing was Gas Token. Can you believe that? It went up 11x. It was the best performing coin in my portfolio. And it's still worth, if you look at Gas Token, guys, you get it by generating networking fees funded to your Neo N3 address, guys. And now you have to have more to do it. But people with big money can actually get a substantial yield in these tokens and just ride out the bear markets in a lot of these coins. And I think that's what you're going to start seeing people doing. I think you're going to see marketing campaigns catering to this that are, Chinese. And it is a no-brainer, because here's the thing with these coins we're talking about, Neo specifically. If you look at some of the synthetic tokens like Flamingo Finance, if you look at some of the airdrops, Ontology, ONG, and how all this stuff has came to where it's at, I would almost bet you that the people in the AntShares / Neo community, you guys know it's formerly AntShares, one of the first crypto projects, I would say a lot of these, and I say Chinese because I feel like it was a Chinese, Neo is Chinese for sure, but like I said, Qtum, Quantum, it's I think out of Singapore or Malaysia or something like that. But if we look at all the exchanges that were built out during the bear market that nobody even knows about, none of the crypto people even know about this, guys, because this wasn't the news they were following. You add that with the fact that this Neo community specifically, and Quantum, QTUM, these coins have actually done fairly well price-wise, which leads me to believe the bag holders are probably a lot of the original bag holders, and they're just staking the network, guys. They're just getting free gas tokens off all these numbskulls like me, trading their Neo for fucking, what was it, Terra Luna Classic, trying to catch a downward pump. So, we're spending all these fees to do this on Neo, and the fees are just going right back to gas generation. That's all it is. It's just the fee is the gas generation. So I think a lot of these early bag holders are still just holding their bag, guys. I don't think they have any intentions of selling it because there's no point. There's no point. And I think that you're going to see marketing campaigns come out of China in catering to this Asian idea of passive income the best way that it's possible. Because here's the thing, guys. When you're staking your coins, most of the time, you're staking them on an exchange, a lot of times at least. So yes, the exchange is giving you a yield, but doesn't it make more sense to actually stake the coin on the network, as in like stake your Neo tokens, get free gas generation based on you just being a fucking multi-millionaire? And that way you're able to offload those gas tokens as essentially profit. Because I know, guys, and if you're watching this channel, that Neo is going to be a coin that if you got in now, it would for sure go up higher than it is now. It might go down in the short term. It might even go down in the long term. But it, and I know, I think that these coins, there's a handful of these coins that are just simply they're just going to go up relative to the overall crypto bullish market. So if you have these tokens staked in a bear market, and you have these tokens staked even in a bull market, you're still getting that gas generation, guys. And a lot of, in the Asian culture, it's rooted in the Asian culture. And shout outs to all the Asians watching the channel. Drop it in the comments section if this is the case, because passive income works, guys. And when you're not having to stake your coins in an exchange to get that passive income, or in a wallet, or, on Exodus or something, which you're really staking it like fucking on an exchange somewhere. You just don't know, you don't know which exchange you're doing. But if you're staking on the actual blockchain and you're getting additional tokens generated that are not the same token, so it takes out any room for inflation or any of these things that you don't want in the coin, it makes a lot of sense. And I think that that's what we're going to see shift into. I think we're going to see Asian coins dominate in the market. If not, I'm not saying they have to be the top coins, but maybe they will. And if they are or aren't, I think they're going to be relatively in line with the overall bullish crypto market, which says a lot considering you're getting free yield, again, off the blockchain, off the actual coins. You can hold your coins in an N3 wallet and do this. That's the greatest part, because your coins are non-custodial, they're safe, and you're getting a yield. So it makes a lot of sense, guys. If anybody's watching this video, I know that the Neo videos, they don't get enough attention, guys. I know they don't. I know people are sleeping on this coin. I know people are going to miss out on this coin. But here's the thing. Even when it goes back up in a bear market, if you have enough capital and you want to deploy it somewhere long term, it's something to consider, guys, because the N3 network is always going to generate yield for the big bag holders. The bigger you are in Neo, the more you're going to get. And if you're thinking you won't exit your position profitable, I don't see how that's possible, guys, because when we're looking at almost decade or older than a decade coins, it'd be different if Litecoin was at $10. It'd be different if Bitcoin Cash was at $5, but that's not what we're seeing pan out. So I would say it's less likely that those coins too are going to, essentially crash. And even coins like Neo and Zcash, guys, I wouldn't constitute it as a crash because Dash is still thousands of percents up. So we're walking back in the backwards direction, guys. I'm just trying to get you guys to understand that this Asia thing could be cool and badass just because of the fact that some of the most badass coins are quote unquote Asian, even though that's a pretty, stupid, almost racist statement, because it's like, okay, they're made in Asia. What the fuck does that mean for crypto? Crypto is a worldwide network. And I see what you're saying, but it has to be highlighted, guys, because I think this is what some of these Chinese and these multi-billionaires are going to start doing. They're going to start parking their money into some of these projects and just simply sit back and collect free tokens, gas tokens. And that's badass, because those are divisible, guys, and you can sell them on the market, and they've done well in line with the crypto market. So it just, if you're bullish about crypto long term, it's a no-brainer. I mean, if I was a multi-millionaire, a billionaire, I would be, and I think NEO, guys, is better than ETH at this point in this respects, because at this point, all the ETH nodes, like, yeah, it could get badass, it could be badass like NEO, but we don't know how ETH is going to play out with the proof of stake being the long run thing now, right? And you could say, well, NEO is technically proof of stake, they're just renaming it Byzantine, but that's not really true, guys, because we've watched NEO evolve over the last decade, basically. And I mean, from start to finish, it's been in line with the rest of the crypto market. So we're not, maybe ETH will perform better. I'm not taking that out of it either, but we got to look at all these things, guys. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to basically, find the opportunity when there is no opportunity. And right now, I think people are sleeping on NEO, and we'll see how it goes. Take care.